Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, deliver us from the wicked one.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, deliver us from the wicked one.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Thine is, oh yeah, the kingdom and the power and the glory, oh yeah, forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, on earth, on earth, on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, on earth, on earth, on earth, on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, on earth, on earth, on earth.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in Shamayim. All praises, honor, and great esteem, as always, unto the Most High Power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, wa Malak, Yahweh Shai, and to the 12 tribes of Israel, who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom, wa Baruchim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day when the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies, our adversaries, and all those who hate us under our feet. All praises to the Almighty Yah. Hallelujah.
So be it. Hallelujah.
Yes, indeed. I'm joined this afternoon by my most esteemed Ak Kenaniah. Shabbat Shalom, Aki.
Shabbat Shalom, Aki. Shabbaton Yasharal. Kwam Yasharala.
Yes, indeed. All praises to Most High. Happy Sabbath and rise, Yisrael. We certainly need to rise. We need to rise in mind. We need to rise in spirit. And we certainly need to rise in thinking and togetherness. All praises to the Abba. Look, I don't care what kind of day, what kind of week, what kind of month you done had. When that song play, it just puts your mind, it puts my mind in just a magnificent space. And it just really just gets me focused on this lesson that we about to get into, on this scripture reading that we about to go into right here and now. We're going to finish up 2 Kings and jump into 1 Chronicles. And we're going to do it with haste, with speed, with expeditiously. So let's continue. Second Kings or Melaख़im Bête, chapter 21. Manasseh succeeds Hezekiah. All right, verse 1. Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 55 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Zilbah. If I messed that up, forgive me. Verse 2. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, after the abominations of the heathen, whom Yahweh cast out from before Israel, the children of Israel. For he built up again the high places which Hezekiah his father had destroyed, and reared up altars to the evil one, and made groves, and did Ahab king of as did Ahab king of Israel, and worshiped all the hosts of Shamaim, and served them, and built altars in the house of Yahweh, of which Yahweh said, in Jerusalem will I put his name. Will I put my name? Yahweh said he would put his name in Jerusalem, and this gentleman, unreasonable gentleman at this time, chose to do idolatry in Jerusalem, which is not to be done. Verse 5. He built altars for all the hosts of Shamaim in the two courts of the house of Yahweh. And he made his sons to pass through the fire, and observe times, and used enchantments, and dealt with familiar spirits and wizards, and wrought through wickedness in the sight of Yahweh, to provoke him to anger. And he set a graven image of the grove, and he made in the house which Yahweh said to David and to Shlomo his son, in the house and in Jerusalem, which I was chosen out of all tribes of Israel, and I will put my name forever. So this is a very egregious and outrageous operation that Manasseh is doing here. Verse 8, neither will I make my feet, neither will I make the feet of Israel to move any more out of the land which I gave their fathers, only if they observe to do according to all that I command them, and according to the Torah that my servant Moshe commanded them. But they hearkened not, and Manasseh succeeded them to do more evil than did the nations whom Yahweh destroyed before the children of Israel. Now that's a big statement. When you do wickedness even greater than the doggone Canaanites. I mean, my gracious, that is horrible. And I know I said that kind of animated. This is a horrible situation. And what was in the heart or the mind of Manasseh to move this way? But it's egregious. Continuing, the king's idolatry rebuked. Verse 10. And Yahweh spake unto his servants the prophets, and saying, because Manasseh the king of Yehudah have done these abominations, and have done wickedly above all that the Amorites did, which were before him, and have made Yehudah to sin with his idols. Therefore, thus saith Yahuwah, thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, behold, I bring such evil upon Jerusalem and Yehudah, and whosoever heareth it, both his ears shall tingle. So, yeah, this is about to get ugly for us, for this nation of people. Verse 13. And I will stretch over Jerusalem the line of Samaria, and pummel the house of Ahaz, and I will wipe Jerusalem as a man wipeth a dish, wiping it to turn it upside down. And I will forsake the remnant of mine inheritance, and I will deliver them into the hand of their enemies, and they shall become a prey and a spoil to all their enemies. That's exactly where we are. Because they have done it is horrible. I to read this and it's just like, oh man, I don't know how they let Manasseh operate like this. Honestly, I really don't. I really don't know how they let him do these things. Like verse 15. Let me just continue. Because they have not done that. Because they have done that which is evil in my sight and have provoked me to anger since the days their fathers which came forth out of Mizraim, even unto this day. Moreover, Manasseh shed innocent blood very much till he had filled Jerusalem from one end to the other, besides his sin wherewith he made Yehuda to sin, in doing that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh. Now the rest of the acts of Manasseh and all that he did and his sins that he sinned, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Yehuda? And Manasseh slept with his fathers and was buried in the garden of his own house, in the garden of Uzzah, and Amon his son reigned in his stead. Amon succeeds Manasseh. Verse 19. Amon was 22 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem. 2 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Mashalemeth, the daughter of Hazu of Yobath. Now, he only reigned 2 years, so that tell you it's about to get crazy here. Verse
He
20.
must believe.
Yeah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, as his father Manasseh did, following after his father's footsteps. Verse 21. And he walked in the ways of his father, walked in, and served idols, and his father served and worshiped them, and forsook Yahweh, power of his fathers, and walked not in the way of Yahweh. And the servant of Ammon conspired against him and slew the king in his house. I don't know how that didn't happen to Manasseh, honestly. I mean, somebody, come on now. People be afraid. I'm like, nah, man, not when you're doing evil. You're doing evil. I know he eventually repented, but he left such a legacy of evil. It's like, man, what's your thinking? Verse 24. And the people of the land slew him that had conspired against King Ammon, and the people of the land made Yeshaiah, his son, king in his stead. Now the rest of the acts of Ammon, which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Yehuda? And he was buried in the sepulchre of the garden of Uzzah, and Yeshaiah, his son, reigned in his stead. Am I saying that right? Uzziah? Khan.
Yeah, Josiah.
Okay, Khan. Sorry. Salakia. Continuing here, chapter 22, Yeshaiah succeeds Amon. Verse 1. Yeshaiah was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 31 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Yedidah, the daughter of Adoniah of Baska, yeah. And he did that which was right in the sight of Yahweh, and walked in the ways of Dawid his father, and turned not aside to the right hand or to the left. And it came to pass in the 18th year of Yeshaiah, that the king sent Shaphan, the son of Eleazar, his son. Okay, Tolaki.
Azalea, Salakia.
Okay, I said Eleazar, my bad. Azalea, the son of Meshullam, the scribe of the house of Yahweh, saying, Go up to Hilkiah, the high priest, that he may he may sum the silver which is wrought in the house of Yahweh, which the keepers of the door have given or have gathered of the people. My goodness. Verse 5. And let them deliver it unto the hand of the doers of the work that have the oversight of the house of Yahweh, and let them give it to the doers of the work, whose which is in the house of Yahweh, to repair the breaches of the house, unto the carpenters and builders and masons, and to buy timber and hew stone to repair the house. Howbeit, there was no reckoning made with the money, of the money, and that was delivered in their hands, because they dealt faithfully. So they just handed them the money and said, do the work. They didn't say how much for this, how much for that, any of that. They just handed it over. Verse 8, the lost book. And Hilkiah the high priest said unto Shaphan the scribe, I have found the book of the Torah in the house of Yahweh. And Hilkiah gave the book to Shaphan, and he read it. And Shaphan the scribe came to the king, and brought the king word again, and said, the servants have gathered the money, and have found the servants have gathered the money that was found in the house, and have delivered it unto the hand of them that do the work. They have oversight in the house of Yahweh. And Shaphan the scribe showed the king, saying, Hilkiah the priest have delivered me a book. And Shaphan read it before the king. And it came to pass that when the king heard the words of the book of the Torah, he rent his clothes. And the king commanded Hilkiah the priest. This reminds me of, didn't Zechariah do this? And Acham, the son of Shofar, and Akbar, the son of Ma'iah, and Shaphan, the scribe, and Azariah, Azariah. Okay, sorry, I forgot the H, my bad. Azariah, the servant of the king, said, go you and inquire of Yahweh for me, and for the people, and for all of Yehudah, concerning the word of the book that was found. For great is the wrath of Yahweh that is kindled against us, because our fathers have not hearkened unto the words of his book, to do according to all that is written concerning us. This is why the book is important. This is why we read it. This is why we study it. And this is why we live by it. It's not because we don't know anything else. It's because this is why it's important. Verse 15. And he said unto them, thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, tell no man that sent you to me. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring evil upon this place and upon the inhabitants thereof, even all the words of the book which the king of Yehudah hath read, because you have forsaken me and have burned incense unto other deities, and have provided and have that they might provoke me to anger, and all the works of their hands. Wherefore my wrath shall be kindled against this place, and shall not be quenched. But the king of Yehudah, which sent you to inquire of Yahweh, thus shall you say unto him, thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, as touching the word which you have heard, because your heart was tender, and you have humbled yourself before Yahweh, even you hardest was slacking. Even you heard is what I spake against this place and against the inhabitants thereof, that they should come to a desolation and a curse, and have rent your garments and wept before me. I have heard you, saith Yahweh. Behold, therefore, I will gather you unto your fathers, and you shall be gathered unto the grave in Shalom, and your eyes shall not see all the evil which I will bring upon this place. And they brought the king word again. So thank you, Alba. I mean, I can imagine, that giving some kind of reprieve, but what about my people? I'm like, but I know they just, living wild. Uh, give me something to get them in line and let's fix this thing. But I don't know. Uzziah's covenant. Continuing chapter 23 and verse 1. And the king sent and gathered unto him all the elders of Yehuda and Jerusalem. And the king went up into the house of Yahweh, and all the men of Yehuda and all his inhabitants of Jerusalem with him, and the priests and the prophets and all the people, both small and great. And they read in the ears of the words of the book of the covenant, which was found in the house of Yahweh. And the king stood by the pillar and made a covenant before Yahweh, and to walk after Yahweh, and to keep his commandments and his testimonies and his statutes with all their heart and with all their soul, to perform the words of the covenant which were written in the book. And all the people stood to the covenant, reformed under Yeshua, reforms under Yeshua. Verse 4. And the king commanded Hilkiah, the high priest, and the priests of the second order to keep, and the keepers of the door to bring forth out of the temple of Yahweh all the vessels that were made for evils, and for the groves, and for all the host of Shamaim. And he buried them without Jerusalem in a field of Kidron, and carried the ashes of Slakin. He burned them without Jerusalem in the field of Kidron, and carried the ashes unto Bethel, Bethlehem, Bethel. Slakin. Verse 5. And he put down the idolatrous priests whom the king of Yehuda had ordained to burn incense in the high places in the city of Yehuda, and in the places round about Jerusalem, them also that burn incense to evil, to the sun, to the moon, to the planets, and to all the host of Shamaim. And he brought out of the grove of the he brought out of the grove from the house of Yahweh without Jerusalem unto the brook Kidron, and buried it in the brook Kidron, and stamped it small to powder, and cast the powder thereof upon the graves of the children of the people. And he broke down the houses of the Sodomites that were by the house of Yahweh, where the women uh, waved hang for the groves, where the women wove hangings for the groves. Okay, where they were making hangings for the grove. Verse 8. And he brought the priests out of the city of Yehuda, and defiled the high places where the priests were burning incense, from Gabar to Beersheba, and break down the high places of the gate that were at the entering of the gate. And Yehoshua, the governor of the city, which were on the man's left hand at the gates of the city. Nevertheless, the priests of the high places came not to the altar of Yahweh in Jerusalem, but they did eat the unleavened bread among their brethren. And he defiled Totheth, which was the valley of Himon, that no man might make his son or his daughter to pass through the fire to the evil one. And he took away the horses that the kings of Yehuda had given to the son, and entered in of the house of Yahweh by the chambers of Nathan. Okay, that's an evil word. And the chamberlain, which was in the suburbs, and burned the chariots of the sun with fire. Verse 12. And the altar that was on top of the upper chamber of Ahaz, which the king of Yehuda had made, the altars which Manasseh had made, unto the two courts of the house and of the house of Yahweh, did the king beat down and break them down from there, and cast the dust of them into the brook Kidron. And the high places were before Jerusalem, which were on the right hand of the Mount of Corruption, which Shlomo, the king of Israel, had built for an evil deity, the abomination of the Zidonians, and another evil deity, the abomination of the Moabites, and for another evil deity, the abomination of the children of Ammon, did the king defile. So I wonder how he defiled them. I wonder if he, if he just went in there and just ultimately disrespected it, how he did that. But verse 14, and he brake in pieces the image and cut down the groves and filled their places with bones of men. Moreover, the altar that was at Bethel and the high places where Jeroboam the son of Nebat had made Israel to sin, he made both an altar and a high place and broke Slakia. We made the people to sin. He had made both an altar and a high place. He broke down and burnt the high place and stomped it with a small and stomped it to small powder and buried and burned the groves. And Yeshua turned himself, his spies, and he spied the sepulchre that were there in the mount, and sent and took the bones of the sepulchre and burnt them unto the altar and polluted it, according to the word of Yahweh, which the man of the Most High proclaimed, who proclaimed these words. And he said, "This is the title that I see." And the man of the city told him, "That is the sepulchre of the man of the Most High, which came from Yehuda and proclaimed these things that had done against the altar of Bethel." And he said, "Let him alone, leave no man move his bones." So they let the bones alone, and the bones of the prophet that came out of Samaria, and all the houses also of the high places that were in the city of Samaria, which the kings of Israel had made to provoke Yahweh to anger, Yeshua took away and did according to all that the acts of he had done in Bethel, and slew the priests of the high places that were upon the altar, and burned men's bones upon them, and returned to Jerusalem. So this brother here is straightening all the mess, all the crooked stuff. And this is a phenomenal king right here. Passover reinstituted. And I met a brother before I was deep in the truth. I met a brother named Josiah, and I asked him if he knew what his name meant, and he said he didn't know anything about it. And I wanted to tell him all of this, but I didn't have all of this back then. I just had that was a Hebrew name, and that was the extent of it. But continuing, verse 21. And the king commanded all the people, saying, "Keep the Pesach unto Yahweh your power, as it is written in the book of his covenant. Surely this is not holding the Pesach from the day of the judges and judge Israel, nor in all the days of the kings of Israel, nor the kings of Yehuda. But in the 18th year of King Yeshua, therewith this Passover was holding to Yahweh in Jerusalem. Moreover, the workers of familiar spirits and wizards and images and idols, and all the abominations that were spoiled in the land, or that were spied in the land of Yehuda and in Jerusalem, did Yeshua put away, and he might perform the words of the Torah, which were written in the book of Hilkiah the priest found, which were written in the Torah, which that he might perform the words of the Torah, which were written in the book that Hilkiah the priest found in the house of Yahweh. And like unto him, there was no king before him that turned to Yahweh with all his heart and with all his soul and with all his might, according to all the Torah of Moshe. Neither after him arose there any like him. Notwithstanding, Yahweh turned not from the fierceness of his great wrath, wherewith his anger was kindled against Jehoiada, because of all the provocation of Manasseh had provoked him withal. And Yahweh said, and Yahweh said, I will remove Yehuda also out of my sight, as I have removed Israel, and will cast them off the city, Jerusalem, which I have chosen, and the house of which I said, my name shall be there. Jehoaz succeeds Yeshua. Verse 28. Now, the rest of the acts of Yeshua and all that he did, are they not written in the books of the Chronicles of the kings of Yehuda? In this day, the evil king of Mizraim went up against the king of Assyria at the river Euphrates, and King Yeshua went against him and slew him at Megiddo. When he had seen him, the servant carried him in a chariot dead from Megiddo, and brought him to Jerusalem, and buried him in his own sepulchre. And the people of the land took Jehoaz, son of Yeshua, and anointed him and made him king in his father's stead. And Jehoaz was 23 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was
Hamutal.
Hamutal. Tolaki. I wouldn't have got that one right at all. The daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. Verse 32. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, according to all his father had done. Oh gosh. And this evil king put him in bands at Riblah in the land of Hamath, and he might reign in Jerusalem, and put the land to tribute of 100 talents of silver and a talent of gold. Jehoiakim, made king by Pharaoh, and the evil person made Elakim, son of Yeshua, king in the room of Yeshua his father, and turned his name to Jehoiakim, and took Jehoaz away, and he came to Mizraim and died there. So you do evil, you get evil in return. And Jehoiakim gave silver, right? Gave silver and gold to Pharaoh, but he taxed the land and gave the money according to the commandments of Pharaoh. And he exacted the silver and the gold of the people of the land, and every one according to the taxation that he gave unto whatever this guy's name is, Pharaoh's Nick. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds wicked.
Yeah, it does sound like a deity or something crazy. But continuing here, verse 36, Jehoiakim was 20 and 5 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Zebud,
Zabuda.
Zabuda. I was almost close. So that I keep the daughter of Peninnah of Ramah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, according to all that his fathers had done. Man, these were evil kings. This is the worst. You know. Let's continue here. Verse 20, chapter 24 of Beit Melech, 2 Kings, verse 1. Babylon controls Jehoiakim. Verse 1. In the day of the evil king of Babylon came up, and Jehoiakim became his servant 3 years. Then he turned and rebelled against him. And Yahweh sent against him bands of Chaldeans, and bands of Syrians, and bands of Moabites, and bands of the children of Ammon, and sent them against Yehudah to destroy it, according to the word of Yahuwah, which he spake by his servants the prophet. So now the Most High is acting against Israel, sending heathens against us because of the evil that our people have done against him. Can you blame him? No. When he told you don't do it and you did it anyway, now you suffer the consequences, and the consequences great and heavy. Horrible. Continuing here. Surely all the commandments of Yahweh came upon Yehudah to remove them out of the sight of and for the sin of Manasseh, according to all that he had done, and also for the innocent blood he shed, and filled Jerusalem with innocent blood, which Yahweh had would not pardon. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim and all that he had done, are they not written in the books of the Chronicles of the kings of Yehudah? Jehoiachin's reigns. Verse 6. So Jehoiachin slept with his fathers, and Jehoiachin his son reigned in his stead. And the king of Mizraim came not again any more to his land. And for the king of Babylon had taken the river of Mizraim unto the river Euphrates, all that pertained unto the king of Mizraim. So he had all his land taken. Verse 8. Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 months, and his mother's name was Nishata, daughter of Elnathan of Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, according to all that his fathers had done. Deportation to Babylon. That's what they wanted. They wanted to get. I mean, my gracious. Verse 10. I just have to laugh sometimes just to make it, I need to play that song again so I can feel better. Continuing. And at that time, the servant of the evil king of Babylon came up against Jerusalem, and the city was besieged. And the evil king of Babylon came against the city, and his servants did besiege it. And Jehoiachin, the king of Yehudah, went out to the king of Babylon, he and his mother and his servants and his princes and his officers and his king. And the king of Babylon took him in the 8th year of his reign, and he carried out there all the treasures of the house of Yahweh, and all the treasures of the king's house, and cut in pieces the vessels of gold of Shlomo, king of Israel, had made in the temple of Yahweh, as Yahweh had said. And he carried away all of Jerusalem and all the princes and all the mighty men of valor, even 10,000 captives, and all the craftsmen and smiths, none remained, save the poorest sort of the people of the land. And he carried away Jehoiachin to Babylon, and his mother's and the king's mother and the king's wives and the king and his officers and the mighty of the land. Those he carried into captivity unto Jerusalem to Babylon. From Jerusalem to Babylon. Slack it. Verse 16. And all the men of might, even 7,000, and craftsmen, smiths, 1,000, all that were strong and apt for war, even them the king of Babylon brought captive to Babylon. Whew. Horrible. Zedekiah,
Zedekiah.
Zedekiah made king, verse 17. And the king of Babylon made Matthiah, his father's brothers, king in his stead, and changed his name to Zedekiah. And Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Hamuel. Taya. Okay, so I'll get that right one of these days. The daughter of Jeremiah of Labnah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, according to all that Jehoiakim had done. For he thought the anger, for though the anger of Yahweh had come to pass in Jerusalem and Yehudah until he cast them out of his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. All right, Aki, you got it from here?
Indeed.
So,
all right, this is the book of Melaख़im Bête, 2 Kings chapter 25. Evil king besieges Jerusalem, verse 1. And it came to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the month, that the evil king of Babylon came, he and all his hosts, against Jerusalem, and pitched against it, and they built forts against it round about. And the city was besieged unto the 11th year of King Zedekiah. And on the 9th day of the 4th month, the famine prevailed in the city, and there was no bread for the people of the land. And the city was broken up, and all the men of war fled by night by the way of the gate between two walls, which is by the king's garden. Now the Chaldees were against the city round about, and the king went the way toward the plain. And the army of the Chaldees pursued after the king, and overtook him in the plains of Jericho, and all his army was scattered from him. So they took the king and brought him up to the king of Babylon to Riblah, and they gave judgment upon him. And they slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes, and put out the eyes of Zedekiah, and bound him with fetters of brass, and carried him to Babylon. So, not only, one of the last things he's seeing, is his seed, his children, being taken, and it's terrible. It's really terrible.
Yeah, because you, as a father, you're supposed to protect your children.
You can't.
He couldn't do that. He decided to use against our power. But go ahead, my bad.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Also, we both know that feel that it's terrible. However, like you said, this is a byproduct of going contrary to the Most High. All right. Jerusalem burned and plundered. Verse 8. And in the 5th month, on the 7th day of the month, which is the 9th year of the evil king of Babylon, came this evil captain of the guard, a servant of the king of Babylon, to Jerusalem. And he burnt the house of Yahweh, and the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem, and every great man's house burnt he with fire. And all the army of the Chaldees that were with the captain of the guard brake down the walls of Jerusalem round about. Now the rest of the people that were left in the city, and the fugitives that fell away to the king of Babylon, with the remnant of the multitude, did the evil captain of the guard carry away. But the captain of the guard left of the poor of the land to be vine dressers and husbandmen. And the pillars of brass that were in the house of Yahweh, and the bases, and the brazen sea that was in the house of Yahweh, did the Chaldees break into pieces, and carry the brass of them to Babylon. And the pots, and the shovels, and the snuffers, and the spoons, and all the vessels of brass wherewith they ministered, took they away. And the fire pans, and the bowls, and such things as were of gold, in gold, and of silver, in silver, the captain of the guard took away. So all of these riches that have been accumulated, you know, over time, have now been taken away. You know, this is judgment as well, right? Judgment as well. I believe it was Yeshayahu who asked King Hezekiah, he asked him, like, what did you show these men from Babylon?
Right.
He said, all that I have, I've shown them. And he says, that these Chaldeans are going to take away everything that you've shown them, right? This is prophecy being fulfilled.
Indeed.
Verse 16, the two pillars, one sea, and the bases which Shlomo had made for the house of Yahweh. The brass of all these vessels was without weight. The height of the one pillar was 18 cubits, and the capiter upon it was brass, and the height of the capiter 3 cubits, and the wreathen work, and the pomegranates upon the capiter round about, all of brass, and like unto these had the second pillar with wreathen work. And the captain of the guard took Sisera, the chief priest, and Zephaniah, the second priest, and the 3 keepers of the door. And out of the city he took an officer that was set over the men of war, and 5 men of them that were in the king's presence, which were found in the city, and the principal scribe of the host, which mustered the people of the land, and 70 men of the people of the land that were found in the city. And the evil captain of the guard took these and brought them to the king of Babylon to Riblah. And the king of Babylon smote them and slew them at Riblah in the land of Hamath. So Yahweh was carried away out of their land. Gedaliah made governor. And as for the people that remained in the land of Yahweh, whom the evil king of Babylon had left, even over them he made Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, ruler. And when all the captains of the armies, they and their men, heard that the king of Babylon had made Gedaliah governor, there came to Gedaliah to Mizpah, even Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and Yonanan, the son of Kareah, and Sisera, and Serera, the son of Tanhumeth, the Nethophite, and Yaazaniah, the son of Maachiathite, they and their men. And Gedaliah sware to them and to their men, and said unto them, fear not to be the servants of the Chaldees. Dwell in the land and serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be well with you. But it came to pass in the 7th month that Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, the son of Elishama of the royal seed, came, and 10 men with him, and smote Gedaliah that he died, and the Yahudim and the Chaldeans that were with him at Mizpah. And all the people, both small and great, and the captains of the armies arose and came to Mizraim, for they were afraid of the Chaldees. Verse 27. And it came to pass in the 37th year of the captivity of Jehoiakim, king of Yahweh, in the 12th month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, that evil king of Babylon, in the year that he began to reign, did lift up the head of Jehoiakim, king of Yahweh, out of prison. And he spake kindly to him, and set his throne above the throne of the kings that were with him in Babylon. And he changed his prison garments, and he did eat bread continually before him all the days of his life. And his allowance was a continual allowance given him of the king, a daily rate for every day, all the days of his life. All praise to the Most High. You know, that's a lesson in that also. You know, the Most High is going to judge us for our actions.
Right.
But for his servant David's sake, you know, he's going to bestow grace to those he wants to. You know, we're reading it right here, you know.
Okay.
All right. Continuing. This is the book of First Chronicles, chapter 1, the genealogy of Adam. Verse 1. Adam, Sheth, Enos, Kenan, Mahalalel, Yered, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, Yafet, the sons of Yafet, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Yavan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Taraz, and the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riptah, and Togarmah, or Slakia, Togarmah, and the sons of Yavan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim, the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, Put, and Canaan, the sons of Cush, Sheba, and Havilah, and Sabta, and Ra'amah, and Sabtikah, and the sons of Ra'amah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be mighty upon the Eretz. And Mizraim begat Ludum, and Ananim, and Naamim, and La'abim, and Naphtuhim, and Pathrushim, and Kashalum, of whom came the Philistines, and Capharim. And Canaan begot Zidon, his firstborn, and Heth, the Jezubite also, and the Amorite, and the Girgashite, and the Hivite, and the Arkite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite, the sons of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, and Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Meshech, and Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber, and unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, because in his days the Eretz was divided, and his brother's name was Yokatan. And Yokatan begat Almodad, and Sheleph, and Hazar Mavet, and Yaram, and your
it's not great.
What verse am I? Verse 20?
Yeah.
Okay, and Yerah, and Hadaram also, and Uzal, and Diklah, and Ibal, and Abimael, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Yobab. All these were the sons of Yoktan. Shem, Arphaxad, Selah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Saru, Nahor, Terah, Abram. The same is the descendants of Abraham, sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael. These are their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebaioth, then Kedar, and Abdil, Adbil, and Mibsam, Mishma, and Duma, Masa, Hadad, and Tima, Yetur, Naphish, and Kedima. These are the sons of Ishmael. Now the sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, she bare Zimram, and Yakshan, and Medan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shua. And the sons of Yakshan, Sheba, and Dedan. And the sons of Midian, Ephah, and Epher, and Henach, and Ebadah, and Elda'ah. All these are the sons of Keturah. And Abraham begat Isaac. The sons of Isaac, Esau and Yasharal. The sons of Esau, Eliphaz, Ruel, Yeush, and Ya'alam, and Korah. The sons of Eliphaz, Teman, and Omar, Zephah, and Gatam, Kenaz, and Timnah, and Amalek. The sons of Ruel, Nahah, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. And the sons of Seir, Lotan, and Shobal, and Zibeon, and Anah, and Dishan, and Ezer, and Dishan. And the sons of Lotan, Hori, and Homam, and Timnah, also Latan's sister. The sons of Shobal, Alien, and Manahath, and Ebal, Sephi, and Onam. And the sons of Zibeon, Ahiah, and Anah. And the sons of Anah, Dishan. And the sons of Dishan, Amram, and Ishban, and Ethran, and Kiran. The sons of Ezer, Bilhan, and Zaban, and Yakan. The sons of Dishan, Uz, and Aran. Verse 43. Now these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom before any king reigned over the children of Yasharal. Bela, the son of Beor, and the name of his city was Ben-Habah. And when Bela was dead, Jobab, the son of Zerah of Bozrah, reigned in his stead. And when Jobab was dead, Husham of the land of Timonites reigned in his stead. And when Husham was dead, Hadad, the son of Bedad, which smote Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Abith. And when Hadad was dead, Samiah of Masarakah reigned in his stead. And when Samiah was dead, Shaul of Rehoboth by the river reigned in his stead. And when Shaul was dead, Evilnan, the son of Akbor, reigned in his stead. And when Evil Hanan was dead, Hadad reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Ha, and his wife's name was Mehetabel, Mahatabel, and daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezahab. Hadad died also, and the dukes of Edom were Duke Timnah, Duke Eliah, Duke Yetheth, Duke Aholibama, Duke Elah, Duke Kenan, Duke Kenaz, Duke Timan, Duke Mibzar, Duke Magdiel, Duke Eram. These are the dukes of Edom. Book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 2, genealogy, 12 sons of Yasharal. Verse 1. These are the sons of Yasharal: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Yehoiada, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, Yosef, Benham, and Ben-Mamim, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. The sons of Yehoiada, and Onan, and Shelah, which three were born unto him of the daughter of Shua the Canaanitess. And the firstborn of Yehoiada, was evil in the sight of Yahweh, and he slew him. And Tamar, his daughter-in-law, bare him Perez and Zerah. All the sons of Yehoiada were 5. These, the sons of Perez, Hezron and Hamul, and the sons of Zerah, Zimri and Ethan, and Heman, and Calcol, and Dara, 5 of them in all. And the sons of Carmi, Akar, the troubler of Yasharal, who transgressed in the thing accursed. And the sons of Ethan, Azariah. Genealogy of Dawid, verse 9. The sons also of Hezron that were born unto him, Yeramiel, and Ram, and Kel-Ubal, and Ram begat Amminadab, Aminadab, And Aminadab begat Nahshon, prince of the children of Jehoiada. And Nahshon begat Salmah, and Salmah begat Boaz, and Boaz begat Obed, and Obed begat Yesseh, and Yesseh begat his firstborn Eliab, and Abinadab the second, and Shema the third, Nethaneel the fourth, and Radai the fifth, Ozem the sixth, Dawid the seventh, whose sisters were Zariah and Abigail, and the sons of Zariah, Abishai and Joab, and Ashiel, three. And Abigail bare Amasa, and the father of Amasa was Yether the Ishmaelite. And Caleb, the son of Hezron, begat children of Azubah, his wife, and of Yerah. Her sons are these, Yeser and Shobab, and Ardon. And when Azubah was dead, Caleb took unto him Ephrath, which bare him Hur. And Hur begat Uri, and Uri begat Bezaleel. And afterward Hezron went in to the daughter of Machri, the father of Gilead, whom he married when he was 80 years old. And she bare him Segub. And Segub begat Yair, and had 23 cities in the land of Gilead. And he took Yeshur and Aram with the towns of Yair from them with Kenath of the towns thereof, even 80 cities. All these belong to the sons of Machri, the father of Gilead. And after that, Hezron was dead, and Caleb Habaratha, then Abiah, Hezron's wife, bare him Ashur, the father of Tekoa. And the sons of Jeremiel, the firstborn of Hezron, were Ram the firstborn, and Bunah, and Arin, and Ozem, and Ahiah. Jeremiel had also another wife, whose name was Atara. She was the mother of Onan. And the sons of Ram, the firstborn of Jeremiel, was Maaz, and Yamin, and Iker. And the sons of Onam were Shammah and Yada. And the sons of Shammah, Nadab, and Abishur. And the name of the wife of Abishur was Abihail, and she bare him Aban and Molid. And the sons of Nadab, Seled and Apam. But Seled died without children. And the sons of Apim, Ishi. And the sons of Ishi, Shishan. And the children of Shishan, Ahilah. And the sons of Yada, the brother of Shami, Yether, and Jonathan. And Yether died without children. And the sons of Jonathan were Pelet and Zaza. These were the sons of Jeremiel. Now Shishan had no sons, but daughters. And Shishan had a servant, a Mizraite, whose name was Yarha. And Shishan gave his daughter to Yahar, his servant, to wife. And she bare him Atah. And Atah begat Nathan, and Nathan begat Zabad, and Zabad begat Ephal, and Ephal begat Obed, and Obed begat Yehu, and Yehu begat Azariah, and Azariah begat Helez, and Helez begat Elisha, and Elisha begat Shemsamah, and Shemsamah begat Shalom, and Shalom begat Yechemiah, and Yechemiah begat Elishama. Now the sons of Caleb, the brother of Jeremiel, were Mesha, his firstborn, which was the father of Ziph, and the sons of Merashah, the father of Hebron, and the sons of Hebron, Hor, and Tapua, and Rekem, and Shema, and Shema begat Raham, the father of Yorkoam, and Rekem begat Shammah, and the son of Shammah was Ma'an, and Ma'an was the father of Bethzur, and Ephah, Caleb's concubine, bare Haran, and Mozah, and Gaziz, and Haran begat Gaziz, and the sons of Yahada, Regem, and Yatham, and Geshon, and Pelet, and Ephah, and Za'ap, Ma'akah, Caleb's concubine bare Sheber and Tirhanah. She bare also Zaah, the father of Madmanah, Sheba, the father of Machbena, and the father of Gibeah. And the daughter of Caleb was Akshah. These were the sons of Caleb, the son of Hur, the firstborn of Arapha, Shobal, the father of Kiriath Yearim, Salma, the father of Bethlehem, Hareth, the father of Beth Gader, and Shobal, the father of Kiriath Yearim, had sons, Haror, and half of the Manathites. And the families of Kiriath Yearim, the Irathites, and the Puthites, and the Shumathites, and the Mishrites. And of them came the Zerathites and the Eshtulites, the sons of Salma, Bethlehem, and the Nephites, Atara, and the house of Joab, and half of the Manahathites, the Zorites, and the families of the scribes which dwelt at Jabez, the Terathites, the Shemathites, and the Succothites. These are the Kenites that came of Hamath, the father of the house of Rechab.
Hallelujah. Let's get this brother a hand.
Hallelujah.
That was a lot. That was a mouthful.
Indeed.
All praises to the Most High. Well, finishing out the book of Second Kings and understanding all that was given to us at that time and place, we operated in evil, sadly to put. That's been our legacy. When we operate as evil, Yahweh punishes us. And he punishes us with a very heavy hand. And that very heavy hand lays very, very heavy on this nation, on this people. Israel, Yasha'al, northern and southern kingdoms. And he has expelled the northern kingdom first. And now the southern kingdom has been carried captive to Babylon. And we have heathens ruling over us, as in the days of Mizraim, as in the days of the judges. We have these heathen ruling over us. Our people have utterly refused to learn the lesson that Yahweh has been teaching us since the day that he brought us out of Mizraim, even from the day of our patriarchs, to follow him and keep his commandments, even from the days of Adam, because it has been the same since that time. And yet we refuse to learn the very lesson that the Most High have given to us time and time again. Keep his commandments, follow his instruction, and do as he tells us to do. Some odd reason we can't get it, and we continue to do things on our own merit, and it continues to cost us again and again and again. So much that even today, at this point in time, you have our people walking around various places scattered throughout the four quarters of the earth who have no idea why they're there or how they got there. All they know is that this is the life that they live, and they're just going through until they die, and don't have any clue why things are hard, why things are broken, why things are unreasonably lopsided against them. They don't have a clue, but they just continue to walk in the ways of the heathens that are round about them. So I said all that to say this. We have to learn from these lessons. We have to take from these lessons and learn from these lessons and operate in what the Most High have given us to operate in by keeping his commandments, following his laws, his statutes, his commandments, and even his judgments. Even though we don't have the power to extract his judgments at this day and time, that is something that we will have to do when we get back to our land. But we need you, we need every listener of this lesson here today to understand that you have to follow the way that the Most High have set forth. Your way will not work. It will get you in worse uh, shape than you are than you were before you were doing that. All right, and with that, I yield. Go ahead, Akeem.
Khan, read some really good history, uh, of the downfall of our ancient ancestors. Now, were all of those kings that we read about in those two previous chapters, or I'm sorry, the two previous books, first and second, Melech? No, they weren't all evil. However, there were enough evil ones of them to cause the people to err to where the Most High's wrath was kindled against us.
Right.
It's interesting that we read about Josiah being doing that which is right in the sight of the Most High. Mm-hmm. However, we also read in that same chapter that the book of the law was found. So you have to wonder, what were they doing before that?
Right.
Which we can't begin to point the finger at them because we look at our lives and where we were at before we came into this walk of realizing who we were.
Right.
So a lot of us have a similar story as Josiah, being called right in the sight of the Most High, but not having it all together, that completion that he desires, that perfection that he desires. It's a work that has been in progress with us for some time. The purging through the fire is what we've gone through in these captivities. It's just some really, really good history. It's all true. And, if we were to read of different kingdoms in West Africa, we would see that there was similar stuff going on. Also, another interesting point to this, we had talked about, why someone didn't take out Manasseh, or, how could these people continue to do this? While they're doing all of this, they're being visited by the Most High servants, the prophets, that are telling them what you're doing is wrong. You all are going off. And the prophets of Yeshayahu and Yirmiyahu. It's funny because so I'm in the both. I just finished up Yeshayahu maybe last week, and I began Yirmiyahu last week as well. The same day this week that you posted Yirmiyahu 3. You posted Yirmiyahu 3, and I had just read it probably about an hour before you posted that script coming from Yirmiyahu 3. I just finished reading it. But I mean, you want to see the error of these people and what the Most High is telling them, and why these kings are falling the way they do. Read the book of Yirmiyahu, and it's cutting. It is cutting because, well, I'll speak for myself. I look at some of the things that Yirmiyahu was prophesizing to our ancient ancestors about, and Kenaniah has done some of those things as well. Abba get the praise because I didn't stay in that hole. I turned back from that which is not pleasing into the Most High's sight. So you can draw a parallel, where I was able to draw a parallel between that generation and just different things that I've experienced in life, and this is in ignorance, some of it, not knowing that I was supposed to be keeping the law, statute, and commandments, Right. But all praise to the Most High for him revealing his truth to whom he chooses to those of us who have the ears to hear and the eyes to see. All praises to the Most High for all that he's done, all that he's doing, and all that he will do. Hallel Yahweh.
All praises to the Abba, indeed. All right, we'll go ahead and close this on out. We got another engagement to get on to, and we'll be broadcasting that just a little bit later. We do this for a specific purpose, and the purpose we do this for, Romans chapter 10 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Ha'abba for Israel is that they might be saved. We want to see our people saved. We want to see our people set free. We want to see our people brought forth to the promise that the Most High have given to us through Hamashiach. How are we going to do it? Well, we're going to keep the faith and the belief in Hamashiach that he will deliver that which the Most High have ordered him to. And Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It is so very important for us to understand that in the conclusion of the whole matter, we are to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. At the end of the day, when it is all said and done, all the dust is settled, and all the smoke is cleared, we will be judged. Or rather, we have feared the Most High and kept his commandments. Why? Because this is the whole duty of man. I am your Akazaki Yahoo, joined by my most esteemed Akilanaya, giving all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahweh Ba'Shem HaMashiach Mamalak Yahweh Shai, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom Wa Baruchim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait till the day when the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power, under one covenant, back in our own land, with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies and our adversaries and all those who hate us under our feet. Until that day come, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom, Miss Pakar.
All praise to the Most High. Praise you, Abba Yah. Kwam Yasha'Allah.
Kwam Yasha'Allah.
And Barak Hashem Yahweh.